This rap like a strap. The sucker tap me on the back. The world is pretty when I'm busy. Spinning silly, I got to get busy. I'm okay, but I'm just quiet. I know love and love is the right. I'll help try to now been given. Looking for my face, can't see her. Yeah, oh yeah, you feel mighty great. I'm on fire, yeah, yeah, here we are. Won't you spread your love out today? Feed my desire. I am a man who has tried. I give you love and you give me life. It's not fair to tell a lie. It's like a chord you can't comply.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on out there? Got my brother No Paul in the house.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's
Happy
going
Cinco
on,
de
man?
Mayo.
What's happening, man? I'm glad you're here, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. This was a crazy time we're living in here, man. Can't believe we didn't get this fight, man. We had a big fight for this weekend, and we didn't get it, man. How do you feel about that, bro?
man, it's a big disappointment. It's a big disappointment, but we had about what's it been now, like a month and 2 weeks that we've all been in quarantine. So it's kind of it's a big disappointment, but at the same time, there's other things that that are gone too. So
Right.
yeah,
But man, I don't know, man. I can only speak for myself, but I'm a junkie, man. I'm addicted to this boxing stuff, man. I
yeah,
need my
yeah,
fix, bro. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I need my fix, man. And it's been rough. I've been trying to satisfy my taste with old fights and things like that, but it's just not the same,
yeah. I told you, bro. You need to register to that boxing scene and get on there. And I know how you like to argue with trolls, bro. And man, believe me, dude, you'll have 7 trolls against you on every little angle that you try to give them.
Right.
That's where I get my fix, basically.
Yeah, well, maybe one day we'll see, man. YouTube is pretty much all I can handle right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got my boy Chicano Prophet here, man. What's going on, man? He says, "What's up to Gfunk and Nopal, man? What's happening, bro? Too bad you couldn't join us for the show, man. It'd have been a good show, man. I mean, but it's still gonna be good, even though we ain't got the brother Chicano Prophet here. I got my brother Nopal in the house. Now, I'm a man of my word. Now, I said if Canelo beats Kovalev, I'll get the shirt. And anytime I talk about Canelo on YouTube, I'll wear the shirt. So I'm wearing the shirt, man. How's it look, bro?
That's actually a good shirt. You got to have that red color, and cool shirt, bro.
Thanks, man.
Got,
Thanks.
got mine's on too.
Ah, okay.
No,
There we go.
yeah, no boxing, no life.
Right. I got you, man. So let's get into this thing here, man. Let's talk about some news, man. Some recent news. Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, finally picked a trainer, man. And he goes with the Reynosa camp. We know that he's trained Canelo. They're training Ryan Garcia, and now they've got Andy Ruiz starting to build up a nice little gym there, man. What do you think of that?
I think I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, uh, I know they already have a heavyweight fighter over there, and the feeling that I'm getting is that uh, Reynoso's probably like watering his training down a little bit now, because you got to remember he used to only have to deal with Canelo, and he was able to take all this time and just
Oh man, you cutting out on us, brother.
just focus. I mean, I don't know what. I hope he has time for everybody, man.
Right. I think what I could make out from what I heard, because it was kind of choppy there when you were talking, that it might be kind of hard to juggle these fighters, Um that's a good point. I didn't think of that. I am a little surprised that Ruiz decided to go with the Reynosa camp, because I thought for sure it was going to be a Teddy Atlas training camp for this guy. Um, I was thinking he was going to take Atlas because we all know of his discipline issues and weight issues. Maybe he was thinking Atlas is a guy who could motivate him, who could get in his face, and we've seen Atlas work his magic. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking that was going to be the guy, but he goes with the Reynosa camp. Um, I don't know, man. I mean, they've done a great job with Canelo. I mean, they've done a fantastic job with Canelo, getting him to where he's at in his career. He's gotten all the big fights. He's the guy. So they've done a really good job with him. Ryan Garcia is a kid who's, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a famous guy on social media. you know, he's he's got millions of followers, I believe, on Instagram or something like that. So I mean, the fans are already there for him. As far as them turn him into a better fighter, that's still to be determined. And as far as Ruiz goes, I mean, Ruiz, like I was talking with my boy Danny Savala, who I interviewed 2 weeks ago and who was on my show last week. Him and I agree that we think that Ruiz is probably the most skilled and technical heavyweight out there as far as amateur pedigree goes and stuff like that. So, the tools are there, man. He just needs to be, motivated and pushed in the right direction. So, man, I don't know, man. You think they can do that with Ruiz or what?
Yeah, I think they, don't get me wrong. I think that Reynoso is probably the best coach for him. But that's the thing is, he's got, like I said, he's got more than one fighter. He's got what, 5 high profile fighters. Not to mention he has that other Cuban heavyweight that's been calling people out, basically. I mean, but does he have time for all that? Because the good things about Reynoso is he's like a student, bro. He'll look at the fighter and he'll keep improving his skill, and he's down to learn new techniques. He's not like, they're not closed minded about anything. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if they can they could train everybody and invest the same type of quality time into everybody.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
my issue, the whole thing. And they're probably gonna. I mean, their goal is. I mean, off the bat, those type of trainers, they always have a signature fighter. Their signature fighter's Canelo. They invest about 60% of all their effort into Canelo. Same thing as Abel Sanchez. Yeah, Triple G. Abel Sanchez probably invested about 80% of his time into Triple G, and he actually had Triple G training the other guys. And same thing with Freddie Roach. He invested most of his quality time into Pacquiao. So what I'm saying is, I don't know what they're gonna be able to do with Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz, I think he actually the babysitting.
Oh, hey, you cutting out again, bro.
They're gonna have to, because you know how it has become.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can barely hear you, though, but I can hear you. Yeah. So, yeah, I hear what you say. You know, um, he needs somebody with him, 24/7 to make sure he's doing the right thing. Um, geez, I mean, it's a little frustrating to hear, that a guy who's that old and is a professional fighter uh needs that kind of watching, you know. But we've seen he's had a lot of issues, trying to make weight and stuff like that. So my only question is this, like with Canelo, um, he's like I said, they've done a great job with him, but who else? I mean, like I said, it's still to be determined with Ryan Garcia. It's still to be determined with Andy Ruiz. Obviously, they haven't even had a training camp yet, but I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to work out for Andy, and that camp over there. Let's see if we can get the brother back on. He must have that Taco Bell Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? There he is. Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me, No Paul? Oh man, we're having some Wi-Fi issues or signal issues over there with No Paul. Hopefully he jumps back on. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts on who on how I think that would work out, man. I don't know, man. I just don't know because you know who else besides Canelo have they really done anything with? You know, um, I know Ruiz. We got Canelo and Garcia are both signed to Golden Boy, so those guys can be trained, at the same time because from what it looks like to me, it looks like they're trying to get these guys to fight on the same night. You know, you have Canelo main event, Garcia co-main event. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that word, but you know that's what they call it nowadays. But so that's easy for them. They could train side by side. Their fights are on the same night. But Ruiz is a guy who signed to the PBC, so I don't know, man. I don't know how the timing is going to work out with that. If he decides to, leave Al Heyman, I'm not sure how his contract is, but if he decides to leave Al Heyman and go to Golden Boy, man, they could have those three guys fighting all on the same night, man. I mean, you talk about making some serious money. I mean, geez, those guys could make some real good money. All three of those dudes on one pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be big, man. That would be real big. So I'm hoping that the brother can get his connection right and then he can come back on so we can talk a little bit more about this Andy Ruiz signing to train with the Reynosa camp with Canelo and Ryan Garcia. So I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you think in the chat. Is it a good move or is it a bad move for Ruiz? I don't know, man. I'm a little on the fence about it myself. But we'll see, man. I hope it does work out for him because if he can get back to becoming the heavyweight champion of the world, man, there's a lot of money to be made, especially if he jumps on the Golden Boy promotion with Garcia and Canelo, man, those would be some major pay-per-views, man, especially if they have some good matchups with those dudes. That would be really, really, really nice, man. Let's see. You want to call like last time? Man, I would, man, but over here where I live now, man, my signal on the cell phone is really bad, man. If you want to call me on FaceTime audio, man. That would be better. Because the cell phone signal here is really bad, No Paul. So if you want to do that, bro, you can. No sweat. But I want to jump topics, man. I want to jump topics and go to I want to talk about how we missed out on what I think would have been a really, really good fight. This Saturday that just passed. We would have had Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. Now, I've been on record. I've made a video where I said that I think that that would have been a really, really interesting fight, a good fight, a good test for Canelo. Because, I know a lot of people don't think much of Billy Joe Saunders, but Billy Joe, he can give Canelo some problems with his movement. Let's see what Chicano Private say. He says the trainer was never the problem in the first place. Ruiz is you're right, but unfortunately he got rid of Manny Robles, and now he's got to switch trainers. But you're absolutely right. It is 100% Andy Ruiz's fault for not staying disciplined. But yeah, man, I was man. Let me tell you something, man. I went to bed Friday night, man. Woke up Saturday morning. I was like, man, I cannot believe that we don't have this fight happening, man. I was really looking forward to that fight, man. Let me tell you, I really want to see how Canelo was going to handle that style of Billy Joe Saunders. And because like I said, man, and I know there's a lot of dudes that came on and talk shit. And I invited one of these dudes on to the show, and he was ranting and raving about how Billy Joe sucks, but but he's a champion, bro. Like, I'm gonna give Canelo full credit if he beats him, But I already said that I think it's a good fight for Canelo because of the movement, the style. He's a southpaw. Those type of styles always have given Canelo trouble. And I kept hearing these things of his fans saying, well, he's improved since the Mayweather fight, he's improved since the Lara fight, but when have we seen it? The only guy that really gave him any kind of movement in that kind of style is Amir Khan. And I mean, come on, we know Amir Khan. All you gotta do is touch that guy on the chin and he's out of there, And that movement did give him some problems, man. It did give him some problems. And he hasn't been in there with styles like that since. I mean, I know the guy who was talking to me on the show last time was saying that he thinks that Danny Jacobs was that kind of style, but he didn't fight that way that night. Even if you think that that's the style of fighter that he is, to move around the ring and box and counterpunch, he didn't fight that way against Canelo. So again, we don't see Canelo coming forward, cutting off the ring, being able to execute that kind of game plan, break down a guy who's moving around the ring, and land big shots, possibly hurt him, possibly stop him. We haven't seen that. So I was really, really interested and really, really looking forward to seeing that fight, man. And let me tell you, man, I woke up Saturday morning, man, I was depressed. Let me tell you, man, because I really wanted to see it. And coronavirus hit, man, and shut everything down. So, no fight. But let me know what you guys think, man. I know only got a few people in here, man, but what did you think, man? Did you think that Canelo would have been able to cut off the ring on Billy Joe and do some things, get to the body, land some hooks, make sure, cut the ring off, anticipate the movement of Billy Joe? Because, I mean, Billy Joe he's got an awkward style, man. Likes to move around the ring. And it's not just trouble for Canelo. I mean, a lot of guys have trouble with that style. But the funny thing with Canelo is, he's got fast hands. He's a good counterpuncher. The one thing that I have seen that has improved a lot over the years is his upper body movement. He's very good at slipping and dodging punches, but he still has very slow feet. And when you have slow feet and you got a guy in there who's got good fast feet like Billy Joe Saunders, that can give you some trouble, man. And, again, I want to see these improvements, man. I hear people saying that, but I still have not seen the proof of that yet, that he's able to do it. And we didn't get a chance to see it, man. It sucks, but I don't know, man. I mean, they're talking about Golovkin possibly in like September or something. They want that third fight. Now, I'm not against that fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against that fight. I think that Triple G deserves a third fight. Because I'm one of those guys that, if a fight is close, I feel like there should be a rematch. I've always been that way, especially when it comes to boxing. That's one of the reasons why I was never a big De La Hoya fan, because when he was in there in close fights, he never gave a guy a rematch. He never gave Whitaker a rematch. Even though a lot of people feel like Whitaker won that fight. He never gave Ike Corte a rematch. I actually scored that fight for Ike Corte. I might have to go back and watch that again. That sounds like a good thing I might watch that fight tonight. Corte versus De La Hoya, because that was a good fight. And every time I see that fight, I scored for Ike Corte, man. I just, close fight though. Very close fight. Very exciting fight. A lot of knockdowns, a lot of drama in the last round. And it was a really good fight, but again, Oscar didn't give a rematch. So I think that Triple G, again, he deserves a rematch, even though, there was a draw in the first fight, close fight. The judges give it to Canelo in the second fight. I felt Triple G won it. But, hey, it is what it is. Canelo definitely has slow feet. His fighting style covers it well, but he can really give him problems against the wrong. Yeah. That's the one thing I've always said about him. It's strange. Like, usually when you see guys that got those kind of quick hands like that, usually they're able to, move around the ring and have good, fast feet, but he's just, I don't know. He's got to be planted, So, man, this would have been a very, very good test for Canelo. Really wish we could have got a chance to see it. But I was hoping, man, that my brother No Paul would be able to stay on and talk a little bit with me about his favorite fighter, Canelo Alvarez. And, he's having some Wi-Fi issues, though, man. So it's all good, man. Once he gets that cleared up, I have him. I go, wait, I think he's calling me right now. Let's see. I might be able to get him on the line just for a little bit here. Let's see. There we go. Yo.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that, brother.
No sweat, man. We'll find a way to figure it out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a laptop or I was waiting to get the 12 iPhone Pro, but yeah.
All good, man. So I was talking. I don't know if you was listening while you was
I just wasn't able to hear the last 1 minute and a half or two.
Okay, no. So just like I was saying, man, I woke up last Saturday morning, man, so depressed because the fight was supposed to happen, man. The damn fight was supposed to happen, and we didn't get it. So what is how did you feel about? Hopefully everybody can you guys hear No Paul? Chicano Prophet, if you're there, man, let me know if you can hear No Paul well. If not, I'll unplug the headset and we'll try it another way. But hopefully you guys can hear No Paul. But yeah, man, how did you feel waking up Saturday morning, man, knowing that the Canelo fight should have been on?
Man, like I said, it was a disappointment too, and that was going to be a really good fight because I know that especially for that was going to be a real treat for the hardcore Canelo fans because I know they've been itching for him to fight somebody with that Lara fighting style. I know it's a little different than Billy Joe Saunders' style a little bit, but it has the similarities. And here's his chance to redeem himself a little bit.
Okay, let me try this a different way, and then maybe we can hear you a little bit better.
Okay.
Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
unplug the headset.
Yeah, I'm gonna unplug the headset. I'm gonna put on my speaker, my Bluetooth speaker, and then we should be able to hear you a little bit better that way. Damn. Okay. So yeah, man, I was saying the same thing. That I think that the fight style of Billy Joe Saunders, it will give Canelo some issues, because like I said, who has he been in there with since Amir Khan that has given him that kind of movement,
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's nobody, I guess, right?
I mean, nobody that I could recall, So that's why I was really looking forward to it, man. And I was really a little bit shocked that some people were coming at me the way that they were when I said that,
Yeah. I guess a lot of people, they just don't think too much of Billy Joe Saunders. And again, I like to repeat what I told D-Style. It isn't because he doesn't have skills. It isn't because he's not a good boxer. He's one of the top middleweights. 168, I guess now. he is definitely one of the top. But the thing is, people just don't respect Billy Joe Saunders because of his personality and all the stupid little shit he does. You know, they consider him a bum basically because of the little stupid incidents, his situations he puts himself in. You know, outside of boxing. And the thing is, I mean, but he's really skilled. He's got good footwork, and you know, he's got a lot of skill. And yeah, I agree with you. People want to see Canelo fight that type of boxer, but I personally, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, personally, I don't think too much of that fight. I would love to see it, but what I'm saying is I don't see him as a threat because, you know, the boy Canelo, he basically, it's not like, this is how it is. This is the way I look at the fight. The judges, because Canelo has the belts and all that, the judges are going to look for Billy Joe Saunders to prove himself against Canelo and not the other way around. So if Canelo just decides, no, I'm not going to chase after this fool, I'm going to let him come to me, Canelo can basically do a reverse back foot on him and go on the back foot his damn self. And then what's Billy Joe going to do? He's going to know if he doesn't do anything, the fight isn't going to go his way. So, you know, not that I'm saying that Canelo would do that, but what I'm saying is, you know, Billy Joe's going to have to know how to make adjustments his damn self, you know. And apart from that, even if Canelo decided to chase him around the ring and you know, cut the ring off and all that, I mean, we've seen him do it recently. He's improved a lot more than last time when he fought with Lara. So a lot of people thought that was the draw. I basically had Canelo by like 1 or 2 rounds. There was a lot of people that also, like yourself, that thought Canelo lost. And, you know, but I mean, realistically, all he has to do better than that fight is just a little more better. And to be honest, I don't think that Billy Joe Saunders is better than Lara. So, you know, it'd probably be an easy fight for Canelo, bro.
I agree. I don't think he's better than Erislandy Lara, especially at that time. That was what, 2014, I believe they fought. And yeah, that was quite a few years ago. You know, I can't believe, man, 6 years has already been since that fight happened. I swear it was like yesterday. I was calling people to come over to watch that thing. You know, but I think that you know, Billy Joe, you're right. He's a fucking asshole outside of boxing, especially with that latest stunt that he pulled with the whole domestic violence thing. I mean, that's just, I don't even know how you can even think that someone's going to think that that's funny, you know? But I don't want to get on a rant on that, but that was just really stupid of him to do. And, but you know, inside of the ring, the guy is crafty. He's a southpaw. He's got quick hands, quick feet, and that's something, man. I'm telling you, that's something I'm just dying to see. I want to see Canelo go in there with a guy like that and just and get in there, damage this guy to the body. You know, rip him with some vicious body shots, hooks. You know, hit him with some uppercuts, cut the ring off. I want to see it, man. It just, unfortunately, just this thing hit and we weren't able to see it, man. But I do think that you made a good point when you said that, you know, the judges probably won't be giving Billy Joe enough respect in the fight. Unfortunately, I feel like that happens too often in Canelo fights. But you know, it is what it is. That's a topic that we will be discussing this Friday night here on my channel on How to Fix Boxing Part 2. And we will be talking about, you know, the way that fights are scored and things like that. So make sure you guys are there for that one. Also, don't forget, I will be on the Eye of the Storm, Stormy B Man's channel, May 16th. That's a Saturday, so make sure that you're there for that one too, and subscribe to Stormy B Man also. But yeah, man, I was really interested, man, because I feel like it would have been one of those fights where you would have had a lot of people saying that they thought Billy Joe might have pulled it off. You know, you think it would have been one of those fights, or do you think it would have been a pretty clear-cut decision for Canelo?
Nah, bro. I think you know what happened to Billy Joe. He's gonna end up like Kovalev because you don't. A lot of people don't realize this, but the boy has come a long way, and he's actually at his peak of his power right now, and he's knocking fools out. A lot of people like to put a lot of steam on the fact that Kovalev had that 10-pound rehydration, but most of his fights he only rehydrated a little bit. You know, maybe since he started hitting the vodka, maybe it did affect him a little bit. I don't know, but you know, I just envisioned a one-sided fight where even if Billy Joe tried to use the distance and move away and jab with his long jab, just do jab, jab, jab. I just envisioned Canelo taking that jab and eating that jab and going in there and hooking him. One of those type of fights, or cornering him and knocking him out of the body, something like that. That's the only way I could really see that fight happening. And unfortunately for us, there's a lot of politics, like you said, in boxing, and they were officially, because Canelo never even announced that fight, and he put out a message on his Instagram and said, "Don't believe anything you say till I announce it."
Right,
and,
right.
And so we don't even know if that fight was going to happen, and it was never even signed. So we don't know what's going on.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. That's a good point you brought up too. He never really came out and said that the fight was going to happen. But I want to ask you this, man. Now there's a chance that boxing will come back this year. We don't know for how long, but there's a chance that it will come back this year. Who would you rather see Canelo fight in the fall? Because he's probably going to fight, Independence Day weekend in September. So who would you rather him see? Because it was rumored that, again, he was going to fight Billy Joe last Saturday. And then he was supposed to go and fight Triple G in September. So if you had a choice right now, no, Paul, I'm going to put you on the hot seat, all right? If you had a choice, who would you rather see him fight in September? Billy Joe or Triple G?
To be honest, I wouldn't even want him to fight either of those dudes. I'd rather see him fight Gfunk or Andrade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But out of those two choices, probably Billy Joe. I never wanted to see I personally think that there's no business to handle with Golovkin anymore. In my opinion, he beat him two different ways. Used the sweet science. The first one, the second fight, he straight up stayed on flat-footed Mexican style. I think there's nothing left to do. The only thing that's going to happen is he's going to go in there, probably knock Triple G out. Triple G is going to take a lot of damage because he's got a really good chin, and that'd be some major damage to have to knock a guy out like that. I mean, what I mean is Triple G would take a lot of damage, And
I agree. I think Canelo puts Triple G out in less than 8 rounds. That's what I'm saying, man. I think that if he fights him again, man, that's what would happen, man. I just think that.
I mean, there's nothing left to prove there, Gfunk. I mean, he could beat him on points if he wants to, right? He can easily beat him on points by being crafty and keeping it on the back foot like he did in the first fight. He could. I mean, and if he followed the second game plan, I mean, there'd be no reason to follow that game plan. But he could mix up the 2 game plans and do half the fight one way, half the other fight the other. He can make adjustments either way, or he could just go in there and do what Gfunk did, and this time he would get the knockout really easy, because Gfuk's game plan was a combination of what was of him watching what Canelo did, and he went in there and actually executed. He put in a couple things of them that they thought. Well, they basically, what I'm saying is Gfuk's game plan was based on what Canelo did to Triple G, and they just continued it. But what I'm saying is Canelo could just follow that game plan, and the blueprint's been set basically. Triple G doesn't handle body shots well at all. Once you hit him in the body, the dude turns into the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he covers his ribs up like he's like they're broken, bro. And, he's scared he's scared to go to the body back with, you know, the real boxers that are in there, putting in the work like that. He goes to the body versus guys like Steve Rolls. I rewatched that fight yesterday, and all I had to do is rewatch the first round. In the first round alone, Triple G threw about 8 body punches to Steve Rolls, but in 2 fights put together, he wasn't able to even do that with Canelo. You know what I mean? And it just shows you what kind of boxer he is. He's basically really comfortable with the boxers that haven't been there and done anything. You know, your basic bums. You know.
I agree with you. I think that the body attack of Triple G was non-existent in both fights. And I feel like that was something that really, really hurt him because, you know, we all know Canelo, he's had stamina issues in the past. And, you know, he's moving around the ring a lot more. It's the first fight. He's moving around the ring a lot more than normal. Spent a lot of time against the ropes. Those were golden opportunities for Triple G to go to the body, bust him up, try to slow him down. He just didn't do it, you know? And I think that that's what really cost him in the fight because, you know, like we've talked, we know he's the cash cow, Canelo, so he's going to get the benefit of the doubt most times than not. So, you know, if Gfunk was smart, he would have tried to inflict a lot more damage, make it look more visible, possibly get a knockdown. I mean, who knows? If he goes to the body, he just refused to do it. He dropped the ball. Him and Abel Sanchez both dropped the ball on that. Should have been going to the damn body. And in the second fight also, that second fight I thought was very, very close. You know, I won't argue with anybody that thinks that Canelo won that fight because I think it was that close of a fight. To me, the first fight is a no doubt about it for Triple G. But yeah, I think right now, man, if Canelo, man, he puts this guy out of there, man. No doubt about it. But, you know, I have to stay consistent with what I've been saying for all these years that I've been on YouTube and all these years that I've been watching boxing is that if I feel like a fight is close, you know, you should give the guy a rematch, man. And that's the only reason why I'm okay with a Golovkin third fight, you know?
Yeah, even in these circumstances where the dude's on his, you know, he's got his foot out the door, bro. I mean,
well, hey, what better way
to fight his damn self? They asked the coach, and I don't know if it's just propaganda that they're trying to, you know, they're trying to get us to get all up in this fight and be like, no, Triple G needs the fight. But I mean, they're actually saying that the coach is saying, no, we're gonna fight our mandatory.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of the problems with boxing, man, is that we just, you know, promoters and matchups they're just not where they should be, you know. And it's terrible, man, that it's that way. Let's see, Chicano Prophet says, well, some people can make the argument that Triple G is still undefeated. So if you think about it, think about it that way, it's a good fight. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do believe that. I felt he lost the Daniel Jacobs fight. And I felt that he lost Derevyanchenko for sure. The Canelo second fight, the rematch was, again, it could go either way. So he could have a lot more losses on his record than he does. That's for sure.
If you rewatch the Daniel Jacobs fight, even with the knockdown, you know, I even scored it for 1 point for Daniel Jacobs, and I counted the knockdown. But if you look at the knockdown closely, bro, it was more like he bum rushed Daniel Jacobs and stepped over him, and he slipped. You know, it wasn't like he punched him and he fell down. No, it's almost like he lightly hit him, and with his body he kind of pushed him down and ran because you could. I mean. I'm really, I think I'm probably the only person saying this, but you know, maybe I got it wrong, but that's my feeling off that.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think that that was more of a balance thing with Daniel Jacobs. I don't think he was hurt at all. But you know, Triple G walks away with the win. and goes on to make big paydays fighting Canelo. And hey, I mean, what better way to go out? You know, get yourself a severance package, Triple G. You know, might as well get paid on your way out because he don't have a chance in hell. You don't have a popsicle chance in hell against Canelo right now. I don't see it happening unless he just lands something crazy and Canelo doesn't see it, or if Canelo takes him lightly. But there's no history of that with Canelo. You know, he doesn't take guys lightly. Even when he's in there fighting these guys that no one knows, like the Rocky Fieldings and the Liam Smiths, and you know, he doesn't take those guys lightly. He goes in and comes in great shape and gets the job done. You know, so I don't see any way possible for Triple G to win. I think that the Billy Joe Saunders is a much more interesting fight, man. And
I agree. Gfunk, let me ask you a question though. Even, I mean, because we basically have that analyzed a little bit. But what do you think Triple G's game plan is, or what is his expectation? What does he want to do fighting Canelo? I mean, because in my opinion, he's probably going to go in there and avoid, exchanges and all that as much as he can. Because what he definitely doesn't want is probably his only goal would probably be to not get knocked out, and he's just going to say, hey, well, you know, I'm kind of old now, and, you know, age definitely caught up with me, and that way he can go out on his, you know, and not give Canelo the benefit of being able to knock him out. I mean, that's what I think. He's going to just try to avoid the knockout. So it might be a stinker type of fight, you know?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't think Triple G's got the kind of legs for that, you know? I think honestly it would be worse for him if he tried to move around the ring from Canelo and avoid a fight.
What I'm saying, you know, he knows how to stay out of people's distance where they can't reach him. With the guy like Canelo's got short hands, so he knows how. He's always kept like fight one. If you analyze it, he kept it at a respectable. His plan was to keep it at a respectable distance where Canelo couldn't reach him.
Yeah, he was using the jab very well.
In there was the jab. So he definitely knows how to do that. And if he implements that type of plan, it's going to be a real stinker type of fight, you know, because what he'll do is as soon as Canelo steps in, he'll step back, you know, and just keep it like that all the time, you know. But yeah, I mean, even if he tries that, I don't know, dude.
Honestly, I think his best chance would be if he really believes that he can win the fight. His best chance would be to just try to knock Canelo out. Stand right there in the middle of the ring with him and slug it out. I honestly think that's his best chance. I think that if he tries to move around the ring and use the jab, I just don't think that that's going to be effective against Canelo. I think it's good night, Triple G. No doubt about it, man. But the Billy Joe thing, man, unfortunately, man, it's really frustrating, man, because I wanted to see how he handles that style, man. I really want to see it. And I didn't even get a chance to make a prediction video on it because I knew it wasn't going to happen. So maybe if it does happen in the fall, no, Paul, I would love to have you on again, man. We could break that thing down together, do that prediction video, man. What do you say?
Yeah, that sounds great. Hopefully by then I'll have all my shit together, bro.
Yeah, man. Get yourself a laptop, man. Start watching those puñetas, man. You got a virus, eh? Oh, man. I had to throw a couple jabs at you, man. But any last thoughts you have on as a matter of fact, you know, before I cut this off, I want to ask you again, because it was really in and out when we were talking about the Ruiz jump to the Reynoso camp. So give us your thoughts on that again, man.
Oh, well, I think it's great, but I have two issues with it. Is Andy Ruiz's issue. If you go to his Instagram and all that, you'll see that his life is way off right now. He's in modeling and doing all kinds of stunning on Instagram, and it's hard to take a person serious like that. Like, it seems almost like the glory of boxing is not as important as what he as the fame that it brought him. And I always thought I agree with you and your buddy Zavala. I agree with him. I mean, he's probably the most talented boxer out of them. The only thing he doesn't have is the height. And but as far as talent wise, man, he's like a Mexican version of Mike Tyson, you know. And but I think, you know, if I leave that aside, I think that, you know, they could do a good job. I mean, it's not like he's going to go right into a tough fight. They're probably going to put in there with somebody, you know, like a tune-up fight or something like that, because for sure, you know, Andy Ruiz, if they build him right, he can be a really big pay-per-view star. I mean, I guess all we got to do is hope for the best, you know. Hopefully, I know they're in San Diego, he's in LA, so I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I'm sure they'll take care of that, but I don't know. Maybe this will be a good thing for Canelo. He'll be able to spar with a heavyweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was saying this. I don't know if you caught this when you went off the StreamYard, but I was saying that, you know, because I know you had mentioned that it might be kind of hard for Reynoso to juggle all three of these dudes, but to me it almost seems like Garcia and Canelo, they're kind of like making it to where they want to showcase Garcia's fights on Canelo's undercards, you know, so they'll most likely be fighting on the same date most of the time, you know. What if, this is a big if, but what if Andy Ruiz decides to jump from PBC to Golden Boy? We have all three of these guys fighting on one pay-per-view. You'll have Ruiz, Garcia, and Canelo, man. What do you think of that?
Man, I think that would be impossible because these dudes got huge egos, bro. I think you're right. I mean, right now he is fighting on his undercard, but you know, Garcia's looking for a way out of that, you know, because if he does his own card, he gets paid more, you know. So he's probably, I mean, they're trying to keep him humble, but man, imagine a person with that type of fame. How long more can they keep him humble? Where somebody else starts getting in his ear and says, "Hey," like his real manager gets in there and says, "Hey, man, you know, you got all these Instagram followers, you got all this potential to sell the show on your own." I mean, I know, you know, like I said, I mean, I know somehow they're trying to they're trying to make it like keep them humble a little bit, but man, I don't know. But that would be awesome if they could get all three of them. But I don't know, that'd be kind of hard because, you know, Andy Ruiz is a heavyweight, so I don't know if he wants to be on Canelo's undercard, and I damn sure know Canelo's not going to want to be the undercard to anybody.
Well, right now, he wouldn't have a choice, you know, if he goes that route, because, you know, he had a chance to really make a name for himself and establish himself by beating Joshua again. Instead, he laid an egg. So, you know, now he's got to take a back seat. I don't care what he says, you know. And Garcia, I mean, he might have a lot of followers on social media, but he's not pulling those kind of numbers like Canelo. You know, these guys, I mean, I understand the egos, but at the end of the day, you know, you gotta face reality, man. You guys aren't as big stars as Canelo, so you're gonna have to take a back seat. Got a few more people here. We got my brother D Style Boxing and the brother E Woodson in the house, man. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm just chopping it up with the homeboy No Paul, talking a little bit about Canelo. Andy Ruiz's jump to the Canelo camp down with the Reynosas, and talking about how disappointed we were that we couldn't get the damn fight this Saturday with Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. Thought it would have been a really good fight myself. But I mean, I don't know if you want to jump on, D. If you want to jump on, let me know, bro. I'll send you a link.
Hey, Gfunk, do you think that they were trying to give Billy Joe a 10-pound rehydration clause or what? At 168?
That I don't know, man. There wasn't a whole lot of information put out there. I mean, even like you said, man, Canelo himself never actually came out and said that the fight was official. So who knows, man? Who knows what was in the contracts?
Yeah, at this point, it probably wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, I don't think that would be too much of a crutch for Billy Joe because he just moved up to 168, right? So 10 pounds more, 178. He probably weighs in around 185 though, huh? His last fight, he looked kind of big versus that guy from Argentina.
Yeah, he did look a little bit big and a little sluggish.
Yeah, I know he walks around at about 200 pounds, probably, huh?
Oh man, I don't know. That's about a good 30 pounds that he'd have to lose. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but that's that's a lot of weight, man. But dude, I mean, I hope there was no rehydration clause, man, because I hate having all these things to talk about after the fight. You know, like
yeah. At this point, it's just it's unnecessary, really.
And that's one reason. Yeah, that's one reason why I made it a topic on last week's show about how to fix boxing. Is these guys got to fight at their natural weight, man. Stop all this weight bullying. Stop killing yourself. My boy Danny Savala said, man, some of the things he did to his body were just crazy to make weight. He goes, I would never train a young man to do some of the things that I had to do to lose weight.
Yeah.
So these guys, and they're just better off fighting where they walk around at, man. Like you gotta stay in shape, man. If you're gonna be a professional, try to at least walk around within 5 to 10 pounds of your fighting weight. This way, again, you don't have to focus so much on your diet, so much on your cardio and running and trying to cut weight all the time. You can focus more on your craft, your skill, your boxing, your footwork, your strategy for the fight. I think it will make for better fights, man. But unfortunately, that's not the way it's set up.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I know your boy said he kind of agrees with the 10-pound rehydration clauses. But that, I guess he meant across the board for everybody. Meaning not just one guy gets to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you caught this on the Zone the other day. Canelo was reviewing his fight versus Austin Trout.
No, I didn't see that. No, I'm about to go check that out now.
And he kind of, what he mentioned? He said that they had planned to fight. I guess on, I don't know if it was I think it was Floyd Mayweather's undercard or somebody's undercard, or they were going to fight, but instead they decided to fight Trout a month earlier in April or something. So he said he was only able to train for like a month for Trout, and then it was basically a fat camp because he said that he's basically just training to lose the weight to get in shape for that fight.
I believe it.
I know you had.
I believe it because
you had mentioned. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, I know you had mentioned that that kind of sucks when fighters are doing that. They're just fight camp. They don't get to train and all that. Adequately.
Exactly.
And it happens with a lot of fighters. But I guess that's a different circumstance right there. It's because the fight with versus Trout, it was pushed a month earlier. And you actually you had mentioned that you thought Trout won that, huh?
I scored that fight a draw, actually. Could go either way, in my opinion. But I believe it. I believe what you said with him just being a fat camp, because he looked very sluggish in that fight. Canelo did. He took a lot of rounds off, which is, that was a typical thing for him because he was cutting so much weight. But he got the knockdown, but at the same time, it wasn't the typical Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that time, he wasn't throwing a lot of combinations. He looked really tired to me. He looked really, really tired to me in that fight, especially in the mid rounds. But he goes on.
To be honest, that wasn't a real knockdown either, bro. It's not like he hit him and he fell down. It's more like my boy got the stanky leg and slipped a little bit. So I don't really consider that a knockdown, but I do consider that Canelo won that fight. And if you hear him talking in that fight, he's like, yeah, our goal, because we were a little tired, our goal was to make a miss. And, he said that that's one of the fights where you could see the punches coming a mile away for some reason. And he was, he was saying, it was a good fight for him. And he's saying, look, man, he's just missing. That one looked like like it landed, but it didn't land. I remember that punch, that sort of thing. And it's kind of cool. I wish they would have had him reviewing the first Triple G fight, man.
But we got
inside info on.
We got a guest on here, man. We got El Mero Mero D-Style.
D-Style, what's up, man?
Cubole. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Estoy aquí para hablar el boxeo. Look, check it out, man. Right? I don't want to hear excuses from Canelo that he only had a month to train for Trout. Okay. All right. I scored the fight for him, but it was a tough fight. Trout only had a month too. Okay. It's not like only Canelo had a month. What do you say to that, No Paul?
Orale. Thanks for breaking that down. I didn't know. I never even thought about what Trout had.
But you know what though? In all seriousness, I gave Canelo 8 rounds in that fight. I don't think, and the knockdown that he had, I don't think it was as close as some people had it. I had Canelo running away with it. 8 rounds 4 plus the knockdown. You know what I mean?
I thought personally, for me, I thought it was close. One of those fights that could have went either way, but I won't argue with anybody that says that they thought Canelo won it. It was just one of those fights. There was a lot of rounds where Canelo.
I think No Paul's in shock that I had it so wide for Canelo. I think.
No, I'm not in shock. I know you like to keep it real every once in a while. But it doesn't have to do with Eric Morales.
Hey, look! I had the Chief Funkin disagrees with me, but look, man, I had him beating Lara too.
Yeah.
Oh, you had him beating Lara? Orale.
Yeah. I thought I probably think it was closer than you do. You know what I mean? But I'm not in the middle of you and G-Funk, but I had Canelo edging it out, 7 rounds to 5.
Damn.
Hey, D-Style, you missed my boy. He was on earlier, had the camera on. He had the baño, had the eagle and everything, bro. He was, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, is he coming tomorrow for Spanish causing panic?
Are you gonna be there tomorrow night? No, Paul.
What's up? Oh, no, I'm gonna try, bro. It's just I got a weird schedule going. I'm gonna try. You know how bad my Wi-Fi situation is, D-Style. I gotta get that taken care of, bro.
Our boys got that Taco Bell Wi-Fi, bro. So it's you know what I'm saying? You gotta upgrade to Starbucks Wi-Fi,
Yeah, bro, go to Starbucks. I know there's a lot of white people there, but you'll be all right. They won't do nothing to you.
I got my white person outfit on. I mean, I got it over here in the closet. I could throw it on,
We got AJ10 here.
Man, and then now he has to use the Wi-Fi from the parking lot because they don't let you inside and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But tomorrow, man, it's gonna be a good show. I'm hoping people show up, man. It's the first. It's been a while, bro. Like 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Man, that show was always fire, and I'm having trouble joining that membership. How do I join it? Where do I click?
You just click join on where it says join.
No, but where? Where at? Where's the link?
I think you gotta do it from a laptop.
Oh, really? You know what I'll do, bro? Here's I've been meaning to do this, but I'm gonna put the link on the description because a lot of people are telling me that. You know what I mean? So you're not the only one.
On the description on your Twitter, bro, because I follow you on Twitter too.
Okay. Yeah. I'll put the link in the Twitter. A lot of people have been telling me, and I'm hearing the same thing that they have to use a laptop and stuff like that. So, yeah. Taco Bell is not real Mexican food, by the way, Chief Funk. I don't know why you're mentioning Taco Bell, bro.
It's for the Wi-Fi, bro. You get free Wi-Fi.
You remember when they tried to do that burrito ahogado? When they try to do like a burrito ahogado, You
know what I can't stand, bro? I can't stand like the whole concept of now I don't remember that low pop, but dude, when they had the like the taco, but with the the shell was made of like a Dorito.
Oh, Doritos Loco, yeah.
That shit was disgusting, bro. What the fuck is that, bro?
Dude, it was all about money, bro. Let me tell you, at the time that they made that, I was working for Frito-Lay, which makes Doritos, and they were making a huge deal about it, man. Huge deal. So it was just just for money, man. You know, these guys are. They always want to mess with our culture, man, just to make money, you know?
Yeah, but like, dude, the only people that liked it, it wasn't the white people, it was Mexicans, bro. Like, this is a real taco, bro. Like, get out of here, bro.
So D-Style, man, I want to ask you,
all the white people were going to authentic restaurants, Mexican restaurants, and Mexicans were going to Taco Bell when that shit came out. I was confused.
Hey, D, I want to ask you real quickly, man. Ruiz, looks like he finally picked himself a trainer, man. What do you think? The Reynosas.
Well, I don't have a problem with it being Reynoso. Like if, hey, you know what I mean? But here's my thing, dude. All right. First of all, like, I criticize Canelo a lot and all, but one thing you cannot like, the dude works hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's dedicated, and I hope if I that gets contagious to I hope that's something he catches. Andy Ruiz. But I just don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna talk more about it tomorrow. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
But this dude, he's just obsessed with proving to people that he's working hard and working out. Like, he just every day. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, don't tell us. Just show up one day in shape, and we'll be like, oh, okay, this guy got in shape. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like this dude he gets a sweat from a workout. He's got to put it on Instagram, like patting himself in the back. If Andy Ruiz is patting himself in the back, he's gonna break his back, right? This dude needs to stay focused, bro. So Reynoso's a good trainer, but if Ruiz doesn't stay focused, it doesn't matter who his trainer is. But here's my concern. Is he doing it because he thinks Reynoso is a good trainer and good fit for him? Or is he doing it because he thinks like he just automatically gonna inherit like the hard work of Canelo just because he's with Reynoso, right? And I almost feel like he's doing it like looking up, like he's looking up to Canelo, like it's bro, like at some point the alpha maleness of Andy Ruiz has to come out. You know what I mean? You got to be the man. You got to be the one that controls. Like, this camp is about me. I'm the heavyweight. I'm the former heavyweight champion of the world, and I just feel like he's content just being like under Canelo in terms of status. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately,
so that's the feeling I get.
Unfortunately, it does feel that way. I hope you're right though, because we talked about that a little bit before you jumped on about how Canelo, I know we criticize him for fighting these guys like Rocky Fielding and Liam Smith, but guess what? He showed up in shape and he got those guys out of there. He didn't take them lightly. He went in there and took care of business. So hopefully that is something that can rub off on Ruiz, man, because I agree with my boy Danny, what he said last week, that Ruiz, he's definitely the most skilled guy as far as boxing experience goes, amateur background. It's just, he's his own worst enemy, man. He's got to put the plate down. He's got to push the plate away and say that's enough. And like you said, D-Style, if you're gonna post something about going to the gym, okay, look, post it one day, and then 30 days later, post again and say, hey, look, here's some results or something, But every day you want to post things, That's, to me, that's a little,
And then like, it's weird, bro, because I don't even know which one of these, like, when it's like current, because like one video will have a fade and the next video is like longer hair. You know what I mean? and I'm like, wait a minute. Then he has a fade again the next day. And then like he looks thinner in one video, then he looks fatter all of a sudden. Like, what's going on over here? It's just, this dude has like old videos and he's posting them. And I don't know if he's trying to motivate himself. You know what I mean? I think he's posting them for himself. But I don't, like, that's not gonna do anything. It's just Stop trying to impress us on Instagram and all that. Show up in shape for your next fight, knock the dude out, and then we'll praise you for that. You know what I mean?
Right. Go ahead, No Paul. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Dista was saying. It's like he recycles pictures, you know. But I don't know if you noticed this, but he's got like a big neck tattoo now that's like by the back of his ear. So if he ever like throws a picture up there, it might you don't see that tattoo. It's probably recycled, bro. You know, he does that because you're thinking, okay, he's losing weight, and then out of nowhere, yeah, pinche gordito otra vez. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks better than he did versus Joshua the second fight. You know, and you're like, how's that even possible? I thought you were working out, but yeah, the dude posts too much nonsense on Instagram.
Yeah.
Look,
Well,
I hope Reynoso sits him down, bro, and just tells him, look, man, like I don't got time for bullshit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just don't. I don't need you. I'm training Canelo, bro. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope he tells him, man, you're gonna end up getting kicked out of here because we don't got time for this shit right here. Because we got other fighters that are, you know, also basically high caliber fighters like you know, like the other guys like Garcia. They don't got time for somebody like. But one thing
Let me say this.
Go to Heavy Atlas. That's for
Well,
sure.
look, you know who else was gonna join Reynoso? Then it didn't end up panning out. It was Luis Neri.
Yeah.
And there's another one, just a little gordito. You know what I mean?
Mini gordito.
So I mean, maybe the discipline in that camp is just something that Neri didn't want to deal with. You know what I mean? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out pretty soon if Andy Ruiz is for real.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it is kind of shocking to me. I really thought he was going to go with Teddy Atlas just because of that whole motivational thing. And, you know, he's old school, man. You know, he don't mind talking a little shit, you know. So I was a little shocked, man, that he picked, you know, Canelo's team to train with. But maybe those good habits will rub off, man, because we know Canelo, he never comes in out of shape. Garcia, I mean, he's a guy that posts a lot of videos and a lot of pictures of himself, but guess what? The motherfucker comes in and knocks people out in one round. Guys that people said he wasn't supposed to beat. Guys that said he was afraid.
You know what Andy should be doing, bro? He should be working out, like, you know, behind the scenes, and then like making it seem like he's not, like eating at restaurants and stuff like that. Well, he can't eat at a restaurant right now, but like take pictures with a Taco Bell wrapper and have everybody talk all this shit, and then next weigh-in you're as light as you were when you fought that Russian dude, Cinco, whatever his name was. You know what I mean?
That would be a pretty funny 180 if you did that for sure.
Like you'll shut me up. I'll be talking all this shit, like, oh, look at this fat ass, and I'll be like, oh shit, like I didn't really shut up in shape. What?
Yeah, man. Well, guys, I just want to jump on real quick here and talk about a couple topics, man. Talk about how I was disappointed that we didn't get a chance to see the Canelo Billy Joe fight. You know, because I did expect a good fight. You know,
It just hit you.
No, it didn't just hit me. It's just this is the first day that I've had time to actually come on and talk about it. You know, but man, I woke up. Let me tell you, man, I woke up that Saturday morning, man. I was just like, damn. You know, because I don't know about you guys, man, but when there's a big fight coming on and I wake up that morning, like I've already got the butterflies going. Like I'm fucking ready. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about, you know, fights when they're, you know, when it's the day of, you know, but I just have that adrenaline already going, man, as soon as I get up.
Yo, what do you think about that fantasy tournament, bro? Canelo's going head to head with Sugar Ray Leonard. What are your thoughts?
Ooh. I might want to ask No Paul about that one, brother.
That would be a pretty hard fight for Canelo, but it would probably come down to who's the A side, right?
Well, I don't know if he's gonna out A side.
How big the ring would be, right? Because Sugar Ray Leonard was known to pull that move like Anthony Joshua did versus Ruiz, right? Let's just make the ring hella big, and you know That way I got an escape route from every side, and that sort of thing.
Cabrón, AJ10, I picked that fight. Oh man. But you know what? He ain't gonna out A-side Sugar Ray Leonard, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think, man?
If he got to go
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Leonard was a big name, bro. He was on every magazine, and like he was a mainstream star. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt about it. But
millions back then, huh?
But dude, that fantasy tournament you got going, man, is man, it's fun, man, and it opens up a lot of good conversation on possible fights. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys are there, man, for this Saturday, right, D-Style? You gonna do it?
Yes, I was able to get Saturday off, so I'm gonna do Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna do Monday because it's Mother's Day. You know what I mean? But so I want to do something special for my grandmother and my mom and stuff like that. So gotta figure that out. But if I do it Sunday, it'll be afternoon. I don't know for sure later in the week, but I got Monday where I could do it as well. You know what I mean?
It's fun, man. I enjoyed listening to the last lightweight tournament. Got a chance to pick a few fights for this tournament, so I'm looking forward to see how those matchups go, man. So no, Paul, any last words you want to say, brother?
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm listening to you guys, man. You guys got all the top knowledge.
Oh, this guy. Hey, man. Yeah, you know what, man? You're always welcome here anytime, man. Anytime you want to get on, let me know, brother. But you got to get that Wi-Fi fixed, man. All right?
I'm going to go to the flea market and look for some Mexicano Wi-Fi, home.
Hey, there you go, man. Go to the flea market, get you one of them knockoff laptops, bro.
Come on, no Paul. Well, I mean, I think you just need Wi-Fi, bro. That's all.
Hey, give me some advice real quick, D-Style. I mean, I got probably like $500 that I can spend on a laptop. What do you think? Should I go to Costco and buy one or what?
Well, I mean, it just depends what you want to do with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, other than coming on StreamYard, you're going to use it for anything else?
Yeah, I just want it only for YouTube. That's it, basically. YouTube and boxing scene and maybe Box Rec. You know that look. That kind of
get you know what I'm saying? Get you a nice HP, man. Those are good quality.
Yeah, I would get an HP, bro. The HPs are nice. I would even get like the ones that are more like a tablet, if that's all you're going to use it for. You know what I mean? Because they're a little cheaper.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about getting an Apple, but I don't need all that, huh?
Oh, that's super fancy. If all you're going to do is come on YouTube and StreamYard, you don't need Apple, bro.
If you're gonna edit videos and shit, yeah, Apple would be perfect, man. But if you're just gonna like watch videos and shit, like
okay, first of all, look, Apple's never perfect, bro. We're gonna edit videos. You could like if you want to get anything but Apple, bro. Okay, Apple sucks. That's fine.
Well, you know what? I want to do some YouTube videos too. So just an HP is okay or what?
You know, dude, the HPs, the ones that like just get the one, like if that's all you're gonna use it for, just get the one that it doesn't have any of all the computer shit, like the Word and the Excel. You don't need all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, because that'll make it faster, huh? Without all that shit.
But it's not just that; it's just that you don't gotta pay for all that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely gotta go hit up Costco and get one then.
Yeah, if you start making videos, bro, then guess what? I could come on your channel and shit, eh? You know?
And you know what, no, Paul? Right now, like a lot of these stores are hurting right now, so they're dropping prices right now.
Yeah, you can get a good deal right now, bro. No doubt.
Like I wouldn't even limit myself to Costco. Like just go online. Like you'll be surprised, bro. You'll find a Cinco computer cheaper somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean?
Just make sure, no, Paul, if you get a laptop from Costco, that it says Kirkland signature somewhere on it. All right. Oh, man.
Kirkland.
Kirkland signature, bro. All right, make sure it's there. That's authentic Costco. All right.
Don't forget to get that Canelo cover though, that you can put over the HB logo.
Oh, the little cozy.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure it says Canelo Power, like mine.
I'm gonna just get a laptop station, with a cup holder for a 40-ounce beer and shit.
Well, I know you said you was gonna be doing some drinking tonight, brother, so I won't interrupt you anymore, man. But thanks for coming on, No Paul. Appreciate it, man. D-Style.
Hey, yeah, thanks both of you guys, man, for having me here, and you guys have a good one. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all the viewers.
No doubt, man. And make sure you listen to us tomorrow on D-Style's channel, man. 7 Pacific.
No, I will. Thank you, guys.
D-Style, man, thanks for jumping on for a few minutes, man. And I will see you tomorrow, man. Good looking out.
Boxeo. See you guys tomorrow.
That's right, man. I'm going to go ahead and cut this thing, man. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Gfunk is out. See you tomorrow night, man.